7 unattractive habits can destroy your likability. Before starting the video, if you are new here, please subscribe. It's often said that you shouldn't care about what others think of you. However, the truth is that social dynamics are much more complex than that. In fact, certain habits can make or break your likability in social situations. In this video, we'll explore 7 unattractive habits that you should avoid if you want to maintain your social appeal and likability. Habit 1. Breaking micro-promises. Every day, we make many small promises to one another, such as I'll have your car back by 7 p.m. or I'll meet you at the coffee shop at noon. Unfortunately, many people tend to break these promises without thinking it's a big deal. They may return borrowed items later than promised or show up late to meetings. However, these seemingly minor broken promises can add up over time, leading to a loss of respect from others who see you as unreliable. Furthermore, people may hold a subconscious grudge against you for breaking promises, as it feels like a form of deception. To avoid this, it's best to simply avoid making promises you can't keep. And if you do happen to be unable to fulfill a promise, it's important to inform the other person and apologize for any inconvenience caused. Habit 2. Not being able to take a joke. People who cannot take a joke directed at them often have a thin skin and get easily offended even if the humor is mild. This trait may make them less appealing to others, indicating a lack of self-assurance. To remedy this, it's crucial to cultivate a thicker skin and go along with the joke. Learning to laugh at oneself and taking it in stride demonstrates self-confidence and makes one more agreeable to others. Habit 3. Extravagant fault-finding. Most people have encountered someone who constantly criticizes others, pointing out their flaws and claiming superiority in comparison. They often exhibit irony by criticizing others for flaws they possess themselves. This behavior may be rooted in ego, where individuals subconsciously tell themselves they are better than others in specific areas. This tendency is more pronounced in highly insecure people who believe that everyone else is flawed. The reality is that everyone has flaws, and it is challenging not to notice them. However, to counter this tendency, one can try not to point out people's flaws. When necessary, one can follow up with a statement acknowledging that everyone has flaws and it's okay. Such a mindset reinforces that everyone has flaws, and they don't need to be repeatedly pointed out. It can lead to a less judgmental attitude towards others. Habit 4. Overstepping your power. In some organizations, people are organized in a hierarchy, which means that some people have more power than others. For example, in a hospital, interns work under senior residents, assistant professors, associate professors, and the head of the department. These people can ask the interns to do work in the hospital, but they shouldn't ask them to do things that aren't part of their job description or personal favors too often, especially if they know it's hard for the interns to say no. When people in power overstep their boundaries like this, it can make the interns feel bad and they may not like the people in charge as much. So, it's important for people in power to be mindful of their requests and not overstep their power. Habit 5. Giving advice that wasn't asked for. Giving advice can be tricky. Sometimes people ask for advice, and that's great because you can help them out. But when you give advice without being asked, it can often cause problems. This is because the person you're giving advice to may feel like you're criticizing them, even if you're trying to be helpful. Also, when you give advice, it can seem like you're saying that you know better than the other person, which can make them defensive. To avoid causing problems, it's best not to give advice unless someone asks for it. Only in rare cases, when you know the person will take your advice in a positive way, you should offer advice without being asked. Habit 6. Whipping out your phone all the time. When people are out with friends, they may pull out their phones without thinking. However, this can be really annoying to the person they're with. When someone uses their phone instead of paying attention, it can make the other person feel unimportant. To avoid this, it's better to keep your phone in your pocket and give your friend your full attention. Habit 7. Storytelling one-upmanship. People have a natural tendency to compete with each other, and this includes when it comes to telling stories. When someone tells a story, others may feel the need to tell an even better one to grab attention and steal the spotlight. This can lead to ridiculous situations where people try to one-up each other with increasingly exaggerated stories. However, this behavior can cause resentment and create a negative atmosphere. To avoid this, it's best to hold back and let others have their moment to shine without trying to steal the spotlight. It's important to remember that we all have our own unique habits, but some can have a negative impact on how others perceive us. By recognizing these unattractive habits, such as breaking micro-promises, being unable to take a joke, constantly finding flaws in others, overstepping our power, and giving unsolicited advice, we can work on improving ourselves and becoming more likable individuals. Remember, a little self-awareness can go a long way in building strong and positive relationships. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and comment down below to let us know your thoughts. And if you want to stay up to date with our latest videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in the next video.